Did you see this? A group that wrote and recorded a song called All I Want for Christmas sued Mariah Carey because she has a hit song called All I Want for Christmas. And if you listen to both of them, and you probably did, you noticed that they really don't sound anything alike. They just have the same title and this same kind of Christmassy theme about wanting not all these things, but just you. That's it. So how do we get to the point where we see lawsuits like this, where people feel emboldened that they're going to even bother? Well, three big lawsuits, I think, brought us to this point. One was what I call the Raging Bull lawsuit, and that was at the Supreme Court. And what they did was the Supreme Court killed an affirmative defense called laches for copyright infringement. Laches means you slept on your rights. You waited too long. Other people relied on anything you had a problem with, and now it's just too late. The Supreme Court held in a copyright infringement action we're essentially not going to recognize laches. So it killed that affirmative defense. And that was a big spark for the Stairway to Heaven lawsuit. This was by the heirs of this song, which sounds a little bit like Stairway to Heaven, and we're really just the beginning does. And then decades later, they decided to bring a lawsuit. And they could, in part because of the Supreme Court decision on laches, but also because of the way the statute of limitations works for copyright infringement. The statute of limitations is 3 years, but you're going to get a new clock every time there's a new infringement. Basically, the song is performed or played or released. So you can still sue, but you're only going to get the damages as early back as 3 years from when you filed that lawsuit. They didn't win, but these are the kind of things that we're seeing now. And then the third lawsuit you probably already know about, and that's Blurred Lines. Blurred Line was just wild, and I don't think we ever anticipated anything like that. I first heard the song and thought, man, why did they even bother? This sounds just like Got to Give It Up. But even I didn't think there'd be a successful copyright infringement lawsuit, and there was. They got past a motion to dismiss. They had a jury trial, and it was millions of dollars awarded in favor of the gay estate. We just never expected things like that, and now we're just seeing so many lawsuits coming from everywhere. Blurred Lines wasn't a legal precedent, but it was a practical precedent for so many songwriters to go after other songwriters because your song kind of sounds like my song. There's the preposterous Shake It Off lawsuit, which also beat a motion to dismiss. We're like trapped in this, and I don't know when we're going to see the end of it.